Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. The Premier League are in advanced talks with the government to get games played behind closed doors in June. That's according to a report over the weekend. It says that the advanced stage would see players limited contact with a number of people, so try to keep the numbers as small as they possibly can at each venue where the games would be played. There's some thought that there'll be individual training camps set up for the 20 Premier League teams, but it seems as though they are determined to finish the season, the last 9 games. Obviously, we've seen a lot of stories come out over the weekend, Burnley being one straight off the bat saying they'd struggle if they don't play their next 9 games. It cost them in the region of £45 million if those games aren't played, and they simply can't afford to lose out on that. The Zone have said that they won't be paying the Premier League if the games aren't played, because they're not paying for something that they're not getting any value for. And so that's where all the revenue spills in then of revenue loss. So you feel as though ultimately money will determine when this season is finished. A lot of people are calling for it to be null and void or it's curtailed or all of that, but the most likely outcome seems as though it'll be those remaining 9 games played over a short period of time, probably in June. Some clubs thinking they may be back in training towards the end of April, but obviously everything is almost day by day, given the way the COVID is tearing through the country at the moment. You have to really take it day by day, and the advice I'm sure will change week by week, but the Premier League are pushing ahead with these plans, so let's see what happens there. Everton linked a game with James Rodriguez. The Spanish press saying that a move to Everton is very likely, says that the Colombian wants to link up with Carlo Ancelotti again, despite interest from Arsenal and Wolves. Everton would be his preferred choice. Jesse Lingard has been linked with a move to either Everton or Arsenal, but apparently he wants to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United. And Everton were also linked with Mohamed Ahataren, the young playmaker at PSV. Marcel Brands spoke about him last season, said that he'd love to bring him to Everton, but he just wouldn't get the game time and he wants him to develop. Well, now Dutch press and someone close to Ahataren saying that Everton are very interested in taking him, and he's interested in leaving to join the Premier League side. Again, who knows? Everton are apparently hoping that Sandro Ramirez will be bought by Real Valladolid this summer. He's been on loan this season for them and turned in some good performances. Scored a couple of goals of late as well, and it's thought the Blues are hoping that the Spanish club want to keep Ramirez on a permanent basis. There have been some tentative suggestions that Carlo Ancelotti would assess Sandro back at Finch Farm, but who knows what happens there. And finally, Everton won't be furloughing staff. That is according to sources. There was some stories over the weekend that shop staff at Everton 2 have been placed on furlough, but they're not Everton staff. Quite frankly, Fanatics own and run our stores. They are their staff. Everton apparently had given Fanatics some advice as not to do it. They would have preferred them to not be furloughed, but ultimately it's not Everton's decision. They are Fanatics staff. Everton don't own, they aren't employees of Everton Football Club. Everton still maintaining they won't be furloughing any staff. Denise Barrett-Baxendale released a statement last week saying that all match day stewards and match day staff would be paid 100%, and when we return to action they will be employed again. So there you go. Lots of teams have had U-turns, lots of teams saying they won't furlough staff. So good football trying to sort itself out, and their lower paid members of staff looking after them in these tough times. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. See you later.